Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dave Loughy with OddsShopper. We're back. Thursday Night Football, baby. And a big-ass spread, 10.5 points. Coming off a weird Monday doubleheader. We got another one next week as well. We got our Steelers money line play, right? We'll take it. Thank you, Deshaun Watson. Did what we were hoping for. We hit on Pickens receiving yards. We pushed on the Saints. Lost Mingo. I mean, that was the one clean loss that we had, right? Mingo under 2.5 receptions. He only had one up until the final 3 minutes of the game. Then Bryce Young started peppering him. And then Nick Chubb, what are you going to do? Brutal injuries happen. And we were over 17.5 rushing attempts. He had 10 of them through the first 15 minutes. I'm sitting back going, we're going to win this. Obviously, I try never to get too optimistic, but I'm like, we could win this in the first half of the game if things go according to plan. They didn't. And that injury crushed us on that. But not a bad day. We'll keep trying to run things back on Thursday. And I got some fun props at the end of this video. Stick around for that. They all come on MGM though, BetMGM, where dude, shop your touchdown props. If I could give you no other advice, shop your touchdown props, because all different books are going to have wildly different props a lot of times, or odds, I should say, for some of these touchdowns. BetMGM right now has got a bet 10, get $200 in bonus bets. The best promo out there that I'm seeing for books that you're probably not on yet. Think of it this way. If you're watching this video, you're probably going to bet $10 on a game tonight. Why not make it on BetMGM, where even if you lose, you're getting $200 in bonus bets. If you win, you're getting $200 in bonus bets. And I'm going to give you an anytime touchdown score for BetMGM, where the odds are way better than anywhere else for tonight, that hopefully we can smash that. You pick up a big chunk of change on your $10 bet, and you get $200 in bonus bets. You got to be 21 years or older to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. But let's dive into this. So first off, the Niners are 10.5 point favorites, okay? Huge favorites. Short rest for both teams. Injuries on both sides. We'll see how it plays out for Brandon Ayuk. Right now, looks like he's a legitimate questionable. Really might not play. Not sure how much that would matter. You still have Kittle, who has stepped up in big ways when you've seen guys like Deebo Samuel absent in the few games at the end of last year. We saw 5 touchdowns over a 3-game span for Kittle. So I would assume that the target share just becomes more heavily concentrated around Kittle, around Deebo, around Christian McCaffrey and all of that, right? But on the other side, 10.5 point dogs played in Arizona on Sunday. Heroic come-from-behind effort against the worst team in football, so take whatever you want from that, honestly. Daniel Jones looked good in the second half. The line blocked better, sure. But maybe we shouldn't ignore the fact that this is a game now where we saw a 40-0 loss in week 1. Giants got dumped on in East Rutherford at home to open their season. Now, I think they're probably somewhere in the middle of that game and the second half of the Cardinals, right? They're nowhere near as good as they looked against the Cardinals, and they're definitely not as bad as they looked against the Dallas Cowboys. But the issue that comes into play here is when you're facing good pass rushes, and, you know, take PFF grades for whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me. But they have the San Francisco 49ers pass rush graded #1 in the league through 2 weeks. And we know that they've got some monsters on that defensive line. The Giants are going to be without Andrew Thomas, without Ben Bredeson. So they're already down 2 starting offensive linemen. Already a team that had Daniel Jones under constant duress in week 1 against a great pass rush, Micah Parsons and company for that Dallas Cowboys team, where you saw Daniel Jones literally lead the team in rushing attempts. Maybe that's a prop we can look into, Daniel Jones rushing attempts for today, because Saquon Barkley's also been ruled out. 10.5 points is a lot, no doubt about it. But you have to ask yourself, and I'd love for you guys to leave a comment down below. Tell me how you think this game plays out. What side are you on? And of course, hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. It goes a long way for us. Oh, and follow me at Loughy_D on the X, LOUGHY_D. We can chop it up and talk some football. But, you know, I'm thinking, like, what advantages do the Giants have here? Not the offensive line. Definitely not the battle in the trenches on either side at all. Not playmakers. You know, Darren Waller's your guy, but then you're talking like Hodgins and Slayton and Paris Campbell. Maybe you get Wan'Dale Robinson back today. They said he's going to play. Waller, no Barkley. So you're talking about Matt Breida, Gary Brightwell, Eric Gray in the backfield. That's ugly stuff, boys and ladies, if you're watching. I know most don't on this channel, but that's okay. And then the Niners, even if you're without Brandon Ayuk, just an insane amount of weapons, a great defense. I know Kyron Williams put up some numbers on him last week, but they also protected Matthew Stafford really well, and that healthy Rams offensive line has looked much better than anticipated. So I think, if you're going on either side, if you want a side, you want to bet the spread here, because you're not taking the Niners money line unless you're parlaying it with some other heavy favorites, which we know how that usually works. But I would lay the 10.5. We were getting 10 yesterday, but 10.5 seems to be the play. I just think they're going to overwhelm Daniel Jones and this offensive line. And if that's the case, I don't see how he holds up. That is always the biggest factor for me when it comes to the Giants. Are they facing a good pass rush? Can they protect their quarterback? And now without Barkley, things get even more dire because, getting the ball out quickly could become a huge, huge issue. I'll lay the 10.5 here, but also in my picks for every game video that I did yesterday, picks for all 16 games. It's right here on the channel if you haven't checked it out or if you don't. I laid out a teaser, a 3-team teaser, 10-point teaser. And this San Francisco team is involved. I'm not big on teasers, but that's actually how I'm going to play this one. I'm going to tease them down to win by half a point. Just get the win by 1 point is all we need. Now, for some props. All right. So I went over to oddshopper.com. It's our website. By the way, still 70% off your first week or first month. Makes betting easier than you could ever imagine. You get all of the plus EV plays. Your bankroll tracker tells you how much to bet on every single pick. Any market you can think of. It just gives you the best bets in order. Link in the description and in chat for that. Of course, BetMGM, link in the description and chat for that as well. But I'm looking at these props and I'm going, all right, this one I already liked, and now it's a plus EV bet on BetMGM. Think of this. Elijah Mitchell over 28.5 rushing yards. Most of you guys are going to go, yeah, he didn't even see the field last week, Loughy. Christian McCaffrey played 100% of snaps. I know. But Kyle Shanahan came out after the game and he's like, we got to do a better job. We have to get him more involved. 28.5 might seem like a lot, but consider this for a second. They're on short rest. They also played on Sunday. McCaffrey played 100% of snaps. They're 10.5-point home favorites. Eli Mitchell's actually a pretty good running back. He's no McCaffrey, but he's no scrub either, right? He'd be the best running back on the Giants tonight if he were playing for the Giants with Barkley out. I'm going over 28.5 rushing yards. And on BetMGM, like I said, you're getting discounted juice, best odds there than any other spot. But the one that I said, if you're going to use this BetMGM promo, if you're going to use the link, that'll take you there. That'll get you the $200 in bonus bets. It's in the description in the pinned comment, like I said. I'm going Eli Mitchell anytime touchdown score because you only have to put $10 on it and you're getting something back in return. I'm going Eli Mitchell, anytime touchdown score. It's plus 200 on DraftKings. On Bet365, it's plus 165. On BetMGM, plus 260 right now. So, man, the amount, when you just shop odds like this and find the best anytime touchdown props, we're getting a huge value on this one. That's where I'm looking. Plus 260 on BetMGM. I do think Eli Mitchell's going to get work. Short rest for this whole team. Let's rest McCaffrey up. Get him the work he needs. But mix Eli Mitchell in more than we've done all season. I'm going over rushing yards there. And anytime touchdown score is 10.5-point favorites at home. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Like I said, over on Twitter or the X, we'll follow up later tonight, talk some shop, talk some football, head into the weekend. Let's have a great night, and I'll catch you back here on Sunday. Peace.